currently 10 past 6 p.m. on the Australian Eastern Coast Standard Time, 10 past 5 in Korea, and 10 past 4 in the Singapores, and that means it's time for some StarCraft 2 action! It's time for the GPO number 25. Hello, everybody. I am Quirky by name, Quirky by nature, and joining me himself is the intro master, the Emporio himself, the watcher of movies, the cursor of himself. It's Yakuzaku.
How we all doing? Appreciate the time zone distinctions there. We're just gonna get in on a little bit of a throwback Thursday here, coming in the GPO.
Yeah, it is going to be EmBánGiày, who's changed his name to Huge Gabe, versus Lumiya. A TvT on Golden Wall to start us off with.
And that's something that I've actually not really seen too much of. It's gonna be interesting with how this plays out. I think we all are aware of how Golden Wall works. You have the east and the south. No, wait, what?
The east and the south? You mean the south and the north side?
Yes, that's the one. But this should make for some positional battles, is what I mean.
Yep.
That TvT is generally known for.
Yep. Good old TvT. As we are now hopefully loading in. Yep, there we go. Now we are on to Golden Wall for our first map of GPO number 25. And we got this guy spawning on the right-hand side of the map. The Blue Terran representing the CranKy Ducklings and the nation of Australia. This is Lumiya. And spawning on the left-hand side of the map, the Red Terran from Vietnam, representing, thank you for the show notes, Light, representing BornGosu Gaming. This is EmBánGiày, which stands for Enormous Big Gabe.
I do like that we finally figured that out after all this time. It wasn't EmBánGiày, or maybe it was, but what it means, it's translated to Enormous Big Gabe. Alright, getting a little bit of a pause as unfortunately we are starting off in the Australia server, which means that from Vietnam there will be a little bit of an issue. Hopefully that will be able to normalize, but in the second map we will be on the Singapore server, so hopefully that will help out quite a bit. And as we load in, I want to say, it's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird timing that Lumiya came to come out of retirement, so to speak. I mean, if we just look at the releases that that happened outside of StarCraft, that happened recently. Bannerlord, Animal Crossing. Well, I don't think Lumiya's actually playing that, but you know what I mean. I was expecting Lumiya to come back because StarCraft 2, it's, don't forget, you're here forever. It's not something that you can just quit. But I wasn't expecting it to be this week. Let me put it that way.
How long? Like, next week? 2 months? 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a stay-at-home story cup, or...
Well, we do see both players have scouted each other. There's going to be the Reaper Expand going to be coming in from EmBánGiày, while Lumiya has gone for that fact first.
Yeah, doing it a little bit of a slower expansion this time. Does indicate that he'll probably want to be more aggressive in the early game. Whether we will have to see how many Hellions and how many Reapers he gets, just, you know, how much he wants to commit to this before transitioning.
Oh,
that'll be a while to see. That's an interesting location.
Yaku, it's Lumiya. We all know what's coming next.
That we do, and as the copy pasta goes, spam this bloke to help Lumiya's Banshee's cloak.
Yeah.
Everybody get your... What's the name of his emote? Lemon Lumiya Shi.
I don't know. We'll find out soon enough once Steel Mold posts it.
That we will. That we will.
To represent the Hellion here. So just
Lumiya. What? All right. Subverting expectations. But I do have to say, I kind of favor Liberator to the scenario.
Sure,
versus
can we
Banshees.
check? Can we check
who's
who's playing?
Take quite a bit of a time.
Can we check?
Do we know if this is
Lumiya? Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I think this is actually one of his pet rats. He's going full Ratatouille style. This is why he came back. It's because it's not actually him. It's one of the rats that's controlling him, like Ratatouille.
Well, only Hellion survives from that engagement. We'll start shutting up. Won't get any SCVs. But now
Liberator will. Ooh, we do see a tech lab coming in after the Liberator does finish.
Yay.
So it is likely.
Immediately starting to get that contain on with that Liberator on that natural. It's gonna get it, but nice repositioning there from Lumiya.
Oh, is that far enough? It is just barely out of the circle of the Widow Mine. And this is a good position. There is no anti-air here whatsoever from EBG, only now getting a Cyclone. But Lumiya is going to double down on this with some Cloaked Banshees. Now, there is already not Liberated, the other unit, Raven, coming out from Gabe. But still, having a multi-prong, even if you have the detection, it's going to be a little annoying, to say the least.
Well, a mini. Oh my god!
Oh, this is such a good place to put the Liberator. Or to siege up the Liberator. He knows that the Cyclone is going to be producing. Does manage to get it. And he backs away. Should be able to keep this Liberator alive as well. Lumiya thinking in the billion steps ahead. Because now, even though that the Raven is out, what's the anti-air? EBG has switched into tanks. He doesn't have a Cyclone out. He's only getting Marines. And one thing about Banshees, they are way more maneuverable than Liberators are. They can kite these Marines for days, unlike the Liberator.
Yeah, and Lumiya, of course, knowing the way of the Cloaked Banshees, with Cloak being finished in 10 seconds. Where is that Widow Mine? Did it die?
That is a good question coming out here.
Ooh.
Oof, unfortunately, Gabe getting a couple of lag spikes here. 400 ping coming in. Which is, it tends to happen, especially in this current times of people having to stay at home. It's certainly taking a bit of a toll on the internet servers throughout the world, really. But it does seem like a somewhat of an NA issue, or a Blizzard side, BattleNet kind of issue. But as I say, hopefully we'll not have too many of the troubles here. Well, oof.
Oh.
Yeah, EBG, unfortunately, gonna be throwing in a bit of a forfeit here, at least on this map.
Yeah.
The next map, we will go into Singapore.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I did set us both to observers, so we can't communicate directly.
Yeah.
And alright.
To see.
Lumiya will be taking game number 1, and unfortunately, a forfeit from the side of EBG. But we'll see if what the decision from EBG is going to be, if he's going to be playing out the rest of the series. Because again, we will be going to Singapore.
Yeah.
For the next map.
In
the meantime... Let's have a little bit of a look at the rest of the bracket. We had a pretty big number of signups today. Definitely more than what we're used to.
Yeah, we have Mia, Micah, Beastalk, Chase Upley, Debbie, Gogo, Joey, Nux, Pez, Perry, Vivid. Sorry, Pez, Just Simon, Distinct, Starduck, and Azure all signing up, so old faces coming back. Find out.
I feel like there's a case where half of the players on this bracket, right? Whenever they sign up, the other half of them don't. But today we were finally blessed that where the stars have aligned, we now have all of them signing up at the same time.
Yep. I mean, plus it's Easter weekend. I'm sorry, I mean Passover weekend.
Alright, I forgot about that. Happy Good Friday.
If it's still Friday, wherever you are. If not, yeah. If we don't celebrate Easter, have a
good Saturday.
Yeah.
Who says it has to be Friday to be good? Be a rebel, have a good Thursday.
Yeah. So we're just going to see if EBG can get his ping under control, then we'll be going.
That we will. It's alright. Gabe is going to give this a shot to see if hopefully it's a bit better, and our map is going to be Eternal Empire. I'm glad that we are able to actually cast more of this. It's not on the list. I forgot about that. I made the lobby.
Cancel that lobby.
That is going to be cancelled. You know, it happened a long time ago, but every week I keep forgetting. We switched to Oli Moly style rules where we're trying to encourage the newer maps being played by taking out the two... Simu. Yeah, every week I do need to be reminded of that. Honestly, I forget that it's a rule in Oli Moly even. So every now and then I'll just be watching and I'll think, wait, why are they not playing? Why haven't this map been played yet? And then I realize, alright.
Game.
That is what happens when you have a Gold League memory, if you will. Tis the Steel Molt trademark.
Alright, so it's going to be a simulacrum for our second map. As both players are ready, we're going to be going in.
And this is the time. This is the turning point. This is not the decider. Well, this is the decider. It's not quite an ace match, but it will decide on how the internet will stabilize or not.
Yeah. I think God's on Eternal Empire. But anyway, we are now here on to Simulacrum for our second best of 3. We're going to be starting off with this guy who's spawning down in the bottom right. The Red Darren from Vietnam representing Born Gosu. This is EBG. And spawning in the top left, the Pepper Darren. Representing the CranKy Ducklings in Australia, this is Lumiya.
There really does need to be a sound file, which is fanfare, but in duck quacks.
Yeah.
Someone get on that. Somebody who's good at audio. This is your call, or this is a call to you.
Call to arms. Boom, 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 boom. I know.
Go way off. I forgot that we actually can't use the lyrics, or else.
The seven nation army couldn't hold me back.
Whoa, whoa,
Stop words.
Reaper expand. But Lumiya is going to be very sneaky once more this time. It's almost like he's trying to fight EBG off. You know, proxy starport can't hold him back.
Yeah. Proxy starport couldn't hold me back. Oh, now what? Oh,
and I'm macro, and I'm muling, and I'm muling, and I'm muling, cause I don't have workers. Cause I'm a worker's dad.
Although they have cloak. Da, 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 da.
Da 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 ba da 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 da. And speaking of a 7-base army, that works. No base is being thrown down yet from Lumiya, so just gonna be sticking once again to a little bit of proxy, but this time where he's rallied his starport is pretty interesting. I think he wants to fight with his army, or not well, it's kind of an army, but also kind of not, if you want to look into the definitions. Double KD8 charges are working into the favor of Huge Gabe. He's already taken out the Reapers, and a single Hellion cannot fight this force from Huge Gabe.
No, they can't. But there's the proxy starport again. But does Lumiya have enough at home? No, he hasn't.
He does not. He neglected making army units in favor of getting add-ons. And this could actually be a little dangerous. Alright, there they are. You know what? 2 Hellions versus 2 Reapers and 1 Hellion. I favor the Hellions in this scenario, so long as the micro is there and the target firing. Huge Gabe actually coming out of that a little bit better.
Yeah, but they did lose the same amount of units. Needs to put up the... Oh, he did put up...
The wall was not a wall, and now there is a Hellion in the base. Does Resha take out Lumiya's Hellion before the repair can go off, and now all of these SCVs are starting to get lined up, both in the high ground and on the low ground. EBG is starting to take him out, and Lumiya is desperate. He wants to take out the Hellion that's in his base.
Oh, he's taking out SCVs across the map. I think that was the Liberator.
Was in fact a Liberator, but Huge Gabe does have the Viking out, and does actually clean that up. Huge Gabe is gonna have to pull away from now, but if you just look at the worker difference, plus the base difference, this natural is still not being built for Lumiya.
Well, it's not, but Elwith should be starting to get back on it. Yep, okay. He's gonna get nice and built. Now, and there's the Cloak Banshee's on the way, but Raven is out for EBG, but he has got the Viking as well, so the Banshee won't necessarily get away.
Yep, this is not looking good at all for our purple Terran player, I gotta tell you, Quirky. It feels like Gabe just has this game in the palm of his hands, and it's up to him to either let go or crush it.
I guess we see whether he wants.
But Lumiya can do a few things to try to keep Gabe back while he stabilizes. And it starts with the Banshee.
Yep. Cloak here. Okay, he's getting the second Banshee. And wait for Cloak to stop before he gets in. But the Raven is in position. And it looks like EBG is going to swap and start getting into that fire style. As now, EBG, he suspects there may be
something
Banshee, but
his way. But he's protecting, he's guarding one side of the flank.
Yep.
But kind of ignoring the other. I do like that Lumiya is waiting for 2 Banshees to come out. And this has been spotted right now for EBG. He's coming in with his Cyclone. Cloaked right on in the last second.
Alright, second Banshee's out. Does Lumiya want to make any more? Or is he just gonna keep on macroing up? There's no detection here! Oh. Oh no. Oh no, it's a Banshee. It's gonna get cloaked. SCV's gonna start falling here.
And they do
Might
just
get
want to come in, but there is enough energy for a scan here for EBG. He does have to make a decision right now, but it looks like Lumiya is just going to take out as many workers as he can. Not even going to try to get away. And that's a start. That's definitely a start here. But nowhere... But it's far from the end right now for Lumiya. Gabe is now... still manages to finish that third base though, and it does seem like he'll be able to recover pretty easily right now.
Oh.
Gonna go for the push out immediately as Stim is almost complete.
Yep.
2 medevacs are here as well.
Yep. And the thing is, Lumiya has to wait until that starport gets across the map from his proxy location all the way back before he can start making a medevac. So he needs to hold on for this, but it could just be a elevator into the main here.
Which is what he's actually looking to do, and it's kind of surprising to me, but it does also make sense. You know, Lumiya did get that factory out. He can still get a good defensive location position in his natural. So Gabe is just trying to bypass this, and there isn't really much that Lumiya can do right now. He's gonna try, but 2 tanks have already sieged. There's already the air superiority, not to mention the Raven out for any disables. This is looking rough for Lumiya, but we will have to see how he decides to handle this. I'm not sure it's possible, frankly.
I guess we'll have to see. Oh! Can he get rid of Stim?
Oh! That's what he's trying to do, but a Stim fort by EBG just to confirm that, or just to deny the repair even, I should say. He has lost quite a number of his Marines, but he is still pumping out more and more and more. Honestly, if Gabe wanted to, he could just pull out. Has pulled the boys, but it's not really working out for him. He's just losing them left and right. There does seem to be enough Marines. Nope, never mind.
GG.
Gabe takes game number 2, giving us an ace match. Light is we get out of the game, and the first thing I see is Light saying, "I'll make lobby." I have a feeling that's not for us, but
no. Alright, switch it back to Oz.
I think we'll ask whatchamacallit.
Yeah. US West?
How's that for compromise? I have a feeling that depending on where the server is located, US West might actually be better for Vietnam compared to Australia.
Yeah.
But let's see. Alright, we are going to go back to Oz for our next map, and that is also Lumiya's pick.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
We'll have to see what is going to be planned here. How this is going to play out. As a reminder, the maps in the current pool are Everdream, Golden Wall, Nightshade, Purity and Industry, as well as Simulacrum. So Eternal Empire and Zen are not part of the current pool for the GPO.
Oh, I can't spell today. This is cool.
Yeah, you know what? It's all fine. It's how your brain picks whatchamacallit, or formalizes sentences? Yeah, sentences. Everdream is going to be our next map. And have you ever had a dream?
No, I haven't.
It's clinically proven.
I do not remember dreams. Dreams will not end. Unfortunately.
At what point do you realize what is a dream and what is
reality?
A dream? Sometimes only brave stars can dream.
Cool. Just waiting for EBG to get in. And be on our way on
No
to
pressure.
Everdream.
No pressure, but we are waiting for EBG.
No pressure. We are waiting for huge game.
Alrighty then. Alrighty. I gotta say, Everdream, in terms of the layout, it might just be the most standard of the maps in the current pool, but at the same time, it has by far the shortest rush distance.
Yep.
So, will Lumiya go once again for that proxy Stargate? Whatchamacallit?
Proxy Starport?
Yes! Why did I say Stargate?
I don't know why you said Stargate.
I mean, that's a pretty obvious reason why I went for Stargate. Or why I said Stargate.
Because it's best TV series ever?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but...
It's a good series.
I'll take your word for it. Now, as we load into the final map, we gotta start predictions in your brain. You gotta start, what's it called?
Yep.
Visualizing what will happen.
All right. Well, I'm going to say that we are going to be on Everdream, surprisingly. And we are going to be starting with this guy spawning in the bottom left, the blue Terran representing Bongosu and the nation of Vietnam. Give it up for EBG.
The enormous Big Gabe.
And spawning in the top right, the red Terran representing Australia and the CranKy Ducklings. Can he go through to face off against another Vietnamese player, Mika? This is Lumiya, the Banshee King.
I gotta tell you right now, Quirky, I'm still trying to work out a pun that incorporates Banshee into Bannerlord. The
Banshee Lord?
Banshee Lord? I mean,
that's...
it works, but I want to take it a little step further, you know? I feel like Banshee Lord would be a little basic.
I mean, you're kind of a bit basic, aren't you, Yaku?
Whoa!
Haha! I'm sorry, that was mean. But the scout going to be coming in from Lumiya here, going to be just running around. Going to block off the second supply depot.
As well as he can. No hold position there, but will go in for a second block. Now realizing that that's not going to be very lucrative.
And he should see the SCV going back for the fact before CC here, so maybe, you know, should do it. Both players are going to be going fact first here. In fact, no expanse so far.
Which is pretty interesting. This is... I'm not sure how much of this is really a response on EBG's part, as he did go for the Reaper expand the previous two games. Maybe it's a response to Lumiya going 1-1-1 before expansion, or maybe it's just because EBG has realized that he's going to be playing on the Australia server, which is not going to be working out too well for him ping-wise.
Alright, just does seem to be a bit... as I'm just going to be moving my mic because apparently...
All right, I'll make sounds that will block it or cover it for you, so it will be be able to do it with nobody
cough.
Noticing.
Dad, you have the corona.
Ow, my lungs. But speaking of lungs, I thought I saw something interesting, but it's just a Viking. I thought it was EBG going on the offensive this time. But so far, if anything is indicative from EBG's playstyle in this series, it does seem like he prefers playing it a little more defensively in the early game.
Yeah, it does.
And nothing has really changed that. Yeah.
I mean, Lumiya has actually got a starport in his base, so may want to play this macro style here. But maybe, you know, the Banshee coming first here from Lumiya.
Yeah, it's always a possibility that it could come out.
They just want to get that early, they just want to get that early, air superiority, you know.
Oh yeah, I definitely know. Well, I know but I don't understand. Or I understand but I don't know. Because I'm that one guy who goes medevac first. But speaking of medevac first, good positioning here on the Liberators, making sure that Hellion, making sure that it can take out everything, but the Cyclone will clean up for EBG.
Yeah, and does manage to save that last Hellion there.
But it does also neuter EBG's scouting force. I don't think that will really matter too much. EBG has generally not been a huge scouter, or hasn't really placed an importance on scouting when it comes to his build order. Again, he just wants to be prepared for anything that can come at him, and then going for a counterattack.
Yeah, well, I guess we will see what they want to go for at this moment.
Lumiya is actually giving a lot of respect in this game to EBG. Really wants to play it as safe as he possibly can. We do see both players starting to secure their third bases once more. And I have a feeling we might have a bit of a slower early game this time.
It is, well, right, it is definitely slower. Both players getting there first, going to get that economy rolling, starting to roll. As it looks like we are both going to be transferring into Bio. Oh, okay, no, 2 more facts actually starting here for EBG. Looks like he wants to go into mech style.
Interesting. Now, I don't actually remember too much from EBG's spec style back when we covered him regularly in 2019, but I do remember that it was much more traditional, much more of that slower Viking tank siege forward style rather than the battle mech that we've often seen. We'll see what Lumiya's response to this is. He does have 2 tech labs on his barracks, so we should see a shift into Marauders pretty soon. It's generally how the bio player would play versus mech in a TvT. Couple of scans coming down. EBG wants to be sure that he is as safe as possible, as mech does take a little bit of time, especially siege mech, to set up.
And that's what it seems to be at the moment, just going to be the siege mech style, with a lot of siege tanks going to be coming in. And actually, that just seems to be it, just the siege tanks. Nothing really to block, you know. No Hellions, no Hellbats.
Yeah, which is weird. He's got a factory on his reactor, but he's still producing 1 Hellion at a time from them, wanting to emphasize his minerals more on his tanks. But eventually you get to a point where you need a mineral bank, because with mech, you'll find your mineral income will pump up, but your gas income won't quite. Lumiya taking the initiative here, throwing down a couple of auto turrets, getting some early DPS here. Yeah, the Vikings doing a pretty good job of zoning the army. Couple of disables come out, but there is only 1 disable available, and the Marines get immediately decimated by the siege tanks. And now these Vikings just have free reign here on anything of Lumiya's. Doesn't even need to land them. The tank on the high ground dealing with them pretty dang well. And Gabe has just not even cleaned up. He's just set fire and is building on the remains.
Dancing on the grave of those Terran units at the moment.
That was a huge oof if you are Lumiya. But it does, I suppose, if there's any silver lining from this, it does confirm his suspicion that it's Mech that he's going to be playing against. But it is hard to be optimistic right now for our red Terran player.
Oh my god, that is a lot. And
That is a
lot
conga line
tanks.
of tanks marching across the
8
map.
tanks! Gonna be marching across only
We're at a
one
point
tank.
where... We're at the point where, honestly, EBG might not even need to siege. They just jump straight in.
Oh, guess
the
we'll see.
unsieged
Immediate
DPS
fourth.
do the rest.
Gotta be going down. Hellions getting transformed into Hellbats now. Now here comes the push where it's tank's gonna get sieged here.
Okay, will disable the only tank there for Lumiya. And I think the tanks and the Vikings are gonna do the rest here.
Yep. Oh, the one
And it's
tank
looking
done sieged
dangerous.
up.
Does get sieged up, and the auto turret's actually doing a lot of damage here onto the SCVs, even though it can't quite take out the tank.
That's
GG
gonna be it.
is called
GG.
regardless.
EPG. Gonna be going through.
Fighting against Ping, and now he does not have to worry about it, because he will be going on to face EmBánGiày.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. Where is Ducklings chat? So, yep. As we were saying, we will go into EBG versus EmBánGiày next. So hopefully, this means that we won't have too many lag spikes,
Yeah,
as
'cause
they
we
are
gonna be
both
on-
located in Vietnam.